Well, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. I think this is part 44 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the previous episodes, we went to school. I started to hate Natsuki as usual because fucking Natsuki is not my favorite character at all. Because I was going to be nice to her and ask her for Valentine's Day plans, and then all the other girls came in, and then I was desperately like looking at Natsuki like, don't fucking spoil anything. And then and of course the very fucking first thing she did is she spoiled everything to everyone else. I mean, it worked out because Monika was being an absolute truly MVP by being the best friend ever, suggesting something and then afterwards saying that she won't tell Sayori that she suggested it to me. So Monika rose in my friend list, you know, and Natsuki went even further down. She was already pretty far down, but she went even further down. Like, I was trying to be nice to her, and then she just shut me down like that, and I was like, there's a very big reason why you're not my favorite character, Natsuki, and you just make it clear. You make it clearer every episode. After that, we Mom C got home, and we talked to her about pretty much everything that happened. I made Sayori think that nothing is going to happen on Valentine's Day, while in reality I'm going to plan that book a restaurant for us two, which was what Monika suggested. High five, Monika, good fucking job. You're my fucking favorite, one of my best friends right now. Much better than the sort of tiny pink-haired girl. And then Yuri texted me during the night asking me if I had any plans for this evening, and then my character completely fucking shut her down, and I got super angry about it because I was thinking about, you know, I know Yuri because I've been on... Well, first of all, because I've been on the Yuri route already, but second of all, because, as I said before, Yuri is like a carbon copy of me to some extent, and Yuri sent me a text asking if I had any plans, you know, and I said I wasn't, but I did in the episode. I said I didn't want to think about how long it took Yuri to send that text to me in the first place, and then me shutting her down, how much that would affect her. I said I wasn't going to think about that, but then I did. And, you know, the reason why I know exactly how that went is because, again, I know Yuri from the Yuri route, and second of all, Yuri is me. I am Yuri to some extent, and definitely on that extent, because I just know, I can see myself doing that. So I know exactly how Yuri did that, and well, I don't know exactly for sure, of course, but I have a very good hunch on how that happened, on how that went, and what Yuri felt, because I know her, I am her to some extent, you know, like she is me. So I was getting really fucking frustrating with my character again because he fucking shut her down like that. I mean, it's okay whatever, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Watch the end of the previous episode and then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I wake up the next morning to the sound of activity coming from downstairs. I almost forgot that Mom is an early riser. There's something I definitely didn't inherit from her. I yawn and stretch, checking the time. 10 a.m. Looks like it isn't so early after all. Morning, Mom. You're up early? Ha, very funny. I've been up before noon loads of times, actually. Looks like you really have changed while I've been gone, huh? Rolling my eyes at her little jab. I notice an abundance of food on the kitchen table. So it's Valentine's today. What have you got planned with Sayori? Taking a seat, I opt for the jam toast. What do you mean I don't know? Monika the MVP saved my clueless character, even though my suggestion of going to the zoo with Sayori was a pretty good suggestion in my opinion. MVP Monika saved your clueless situation there, character me. Monika mentioned this fancy restaurant in town, so I thought I'd take Sayori there. Which one? Amber Beehive, I think it's called. Amber Beehive. She said it's jazzy. Leans on the formal side too. Ah yes, I know it now. Monika has good taste. Sayori will love it. Good. You could do with a nice day after everything that's happened so far. Oh, everything okay? We can talk about it when I get back, if that's okay. Kinda wanna focus on the positives today. Of course, today will be a great day, don't you worry. She smiles encouragingly at me. I hope so. Anyway, what are you going to do today? Well, it's been such a long time since I've been home that I've almost forgotten what free time feels like. This country and its work ethic. Anyway, I figured we could start with some housekeeping. You've let this place get a little dusty and messy, young man. Sorry, it's never been my strong suit. There's also some business things I have to sort out, but thankfully I can do those on my laptop. Even when you're at home, you can't really catch a break, can you? She smiles ruefully. Adult life, Mark. Now, haven't you got a certain someone to see? I'm on it. After freshening up and shooting Sayori a text, I make my way over to her house. Hi, Sayori. Oh, hey, Sayori. The music is completely cut out, so I'm a bit scared. There, she's on the bed, sitting up. There's a pen and paper in her hands, and it looks like she's writing a poem. Hi, Mark. What do you want to do today, then? About that. This must be really... Oh, yeah, this must be really disappointing to hear. I'm so sorry. What is it? I'm not really in the mood to hang out today. There's just some things I need to think about, and I don't want to be distracted. It's nothing personal. I try my best to fight the sinking feeling of disappointment. Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it, okay? Just give me a shout if you want to talk, well, alright? You know where I am. I know it's Valentine's today, so it's really selfish of me, but it's fine, really. Not selfish at all. I'd much rather you did what you wanted. I'd much rather you did what you wanted to do instead of you feeling like you have to come out or anything. Yeah, even though it sucks, I know, yeah. But like, if I fucking drag you along, that won't make a happy day either. We can always hang out another day. Thank you, Mike. You've always been really understanding. It's the least I can do. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Well, that changes things a bit, yeah. I'm a little downhearted. I know Sayori loves romance, and today would have been the perfect day to show her how much she means to me. Yeah, you see, Natsuki? That's the point. It doesn't, not just showing like, oh, I love you. No, it goes like, you mean so much to me, and this is the day where I show that, or I'm grateful for you, or grateful that you want to be with me. This is what this day's about, Natsuki. Huh? Natsuki? Huh? Granted, the decision has been made. At least I can talk it over with Mom. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, beavering away on her laptop. She looks surprised. You're back early? I slide into the chair opposite to her. Yeah, Sayori doesn't feel like hanging out today. Said there's some stuff she needs to think about, so I left her to it. I bury my face in my hands. My mom speaks, her tone is gentle. It's not easy, is it? It really isn't. I know you warned me about it, and I thought I was prepared, but I never really know what to do. It's like, I like to think that I'm making a positive difference, but I don't know anymore. What makes you doubt that? Well, she kinda snapped at me once when I told her I knew how she felt. Yeah, that was also a bit of a silly thing to say. Said I couldn't possibly know what depression feels like, that's true, and that my words are just empty. Yeah, oh yeah. That you really shouldn't get hung up on that your words are empty part, because that was just her being angry that she just said that out, that she just like came out like that. But she also says that it's helpful having me around, and that me just being able to listen does make a difference. So I really don't know. For what it's worth, darling, you're doing your best, and that's all we can ask for. Exactly. Take today, for example. You wanted to spend a day with her, right? Take her to a nice restaurant. You were looking forward to it. But even though she wasn't up for it, you didn't get angry at her or hold it against her. You were understanding and let her do what she wanted to do. That's precisely the kind of patience and understanding I was thinking about back in November. She said it herself, she values having you around, and whether you realize it or not, you have made life that much better for her. No, I've made it worse in some ways. How so? Yeah, how so? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know Yuri, right? We went Christmas shopping with each other in December when I saw her in the park in the park once after Sayori and I had a falling out. Oh yeah, I was about when, but like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. We've grown a little closer, and Yuri confided that she's really lonely. I agreed to spend more time with her, and I totally didn't factor in how Sayori would feel about it. Ah, jealousy, I assume? Yeah, I'm an idiot. How did I not realize that would happen? I was so inconsiderate. Not inconsiderate at all, sweetie. Your heart's always in the right place. You just wanted to help a friend in need. Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now I'm in this really weird situation. I want to spend time with Yuri because I hate the thought of her being lonely, but I don't want to make Sayori feel any worse. Sayori didn't tell me that I couldn't hang out with Yuri or anything. She's not like that at all. I sigh. And I can't tell Yuri about why I can't hang out with her because I don't want her to find out about Sayori's depression. Girls. Mom laughs softly. She puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Well, let's start looking at this from another angle. She's agreed to try therapy, right? How's that going? When I was there, it was going well, I guess. Her therapist is really nice, never insensitive with his questioning, and she's working well with him. She's on antidepressants now, and she's started to going to therapy sessions alone. That's excellent news, sweetie. That's a really big step to make. Yeah, exactly. So the fact that he made it is really promising. From my own experience, that independence is really important. You can't always be there for your partner, and at the end of the day, they're the one who has to learn to deal with their depression. When I was dating Shinji, we found that his depression was easier to manage after we had attended a few sessions by himself. He said that she has a really good therapist, so have faith, darling. It's a long, slow process, but it sounds like she's made good progress. She's made good progress already. You sound like a psychologist yourself. Well, I did take some psychology modules when I was at university. You know. Oh, you know. Same sentence. My experience with depression really opened my eyes to mental health. Funny you mentioned that because I was considering going into psychology at university. Sakura was asking me about my future plans. Okay, I thought I was gonna go history, but okay. Well, if it's what you're interested in and your grades are good enough, I'd encourage you, Mark. Especially in a country like this, which had some pretty unhelpful attitudes when it comes to mental health. Yeah, it seems like a good choice, right? I've still got time, but I figured it'd be helpful to start thinking about my post-school plans now. She nods approvingly. Yes, that's definitely a smart thing to do. What about the other girls? After I fill her in, she fits back, looking thoughtful. I can really see where I got my reflective side from. You'll have to study hard next year. That exam that you take at the end of high school is so important in determining which university you get into. Yeah, so I've heard. Sakura mentioned it too. But you're a bright boy, so I know you can do it. Of course, with me raising you, you could hardly go wrong, could you? We share a chuckle. Mom has always been good at making me feel safe and secure. Thanks, Mom, for everything. I don't know where I'd begin with you. I'd be without you. Oh, okay. Nothing to thank me for. I'm your mother. It's my job. Seriously, having you around again has made such a difference. I just wish you could be around more often. Me too. I always felt guilty being so far away from home, especially when you were struggling to deal with Sayori. It's not your fault. Life wasn't exactly going to be easy after the divorce, was it? You're doing your best. Now, isn't that exactly what I said to you now? I see you inherited my positivity. Sayori calls me a mama's boy, funnily enough. Well, she isn't wrong now, is she? I grin. Nope. Anyway, I was thinking we could go for a walk to town. There's a really nice cafe that one of my friends recommended. It'd be good to get out of the house. The fresh air will do you good too. Can we swing by that restaurant Monika recommended? I just want to see what it's like, just in case I want to take Sayori there another day. Of course we can. White Day is only a month away, so who knows? Perhaps you'll spend the day there. I'd forgotten about White. Yeah, well, I didn't even know that it existed, but I researched it after the Yuri route. But it's mostly a Japanese thing. You typically get a lot of chocolate, so it's one of my favorite days. So there you were, berating me for going on chocolates, and then when it's you that I got my sweet tooth from. I hope you've been eating healthy while you've been away. While I've been away, young man. Yeah, have you ever heard that phrase? What you don't know won't hurt you. I'll take that as a no, then. Why the hell did I read this in Davy Jones's voice? Do you not fear death? I'll take my chances, sir. To the depths. Oh no, that's when Norrington dies. Do you fear death? And then he stabs him in there. I'll take that as a no. Nice swords. Ignorance is bliss. You should consider yourself lucky that Sayori doesn't expect you to cook for her food, Mark. Funny you mentioned that actually. Natsuki is really into food, so if I dated her instead, man, she'd grill me. No pun intended. She laughed softly, shaking her head. Oh, you don't even know what would have happened if you started dating Yuri. Then all of a sudden you would learn how to make salmon teriyaki like me. Thanks, Yuri. Okay. I thought we were going to meet someone at the cafe, but apparently not. After waking up and completing my morning routine, I perched into the couch, idly flicking through the programs on television. I think Sayori has a therapy session today, though I'm unsure of the time. Probably best to find out what's going on. Hey Sayori, what's up? You've got a session with Dr. Satoshi today, right? Hey, yeah I do, it's in an hour. Ah, alright. Want me to come with you? Actually, well, I was kinda thinking that I should probably try going to one by myself. Oh really, you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. But when you came with me before, it gave me the confidence to try and tackle these sessions by myself. The antidepressants have made it easier for me to think a bit clearer too. And I don't want to always rely on you when it comes to these sessions. So yeah, I'll see how this one goes. Ah well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Just let me know if you change your mind, okay? I'm not doing anything today, so it wouldn't be a problem if I had to come to the clinic. Thanks, Mark, I'll remember that. Sayori will remember that. I'll let you know how it goes. See ya. Heart. Alrighty, heart. Mom's sitting nearby, typing away at her laptop. It's kinda weird. What is? Not spending the day with Sayori. This is the first weekend since we started dating that we haven't spent with each other. Hang on, why exactly aren't you guys spending today with each other? I thought you two would be glued together. Oh, she has a therapy session today. Remember how I told you yesterday she was considering going to the sessions alone? She just texted me to tell me that she's gonna do just that. Ah, that's excellent news. It sounds like she's doing really well. The fact that she's going alone is good for your relationship too. It's healthy to do things away from your partner. Is it? God, that really shows how much I know. Yep, it's important to remember that even though you're together, you still have your own lives to live. I know it probably feels like you want to spend every moment with her, but it's good to have little breaks. Yeah, but I'm bored. I don't know what to do. The joys of free time. Did you have any homework to be getting on with? No, I did it on Friday. Wait, you're doing your homework on Friday evening? That really doesn't sound like you at all. I remember you always used to leave it on for Sunday evening. Am I really talking to my son? There I was thinking you commended me. You commend me for doing it so early. What a cruel world I live in. What about your video games? If I recall correctly, they're the reason why you leave your homework for the last minute. That's a good idea actually. Problem is I don't know what to play. Mom rolls her eyes. Don't you have a whole library of games? Depends if you count the DLC. No, that's not even true. Even without DLC, I've got a library. DLC? Basically, it's short for downloadable content, which, am I really going to try and explain the nuances of video gaming to my mom? Sure. Yeah, never mind. Apparently, yeah. I'll go see what I can find. Play a game with Yuri. Oh. After spending a good 5 minutes trying to decide which game to play. Oh, I eventually settled for Banjo-Kazooie. I had a lot of fun just watching Sayori play it, so I figured it'd be a good choice. Man, Sayori got pretty far. I forgot how much she enjoys the game. Maybe you could lend it to her, given I don't really play it myself. I have plenty of other titles on my computer to choose from, so it's not like I'd be strapped for choice. Might be worth bringing it up next time I see her. After some time, Mom comes downstairs calling my name. Why is my computer down here? Wouldn't my computer be at my room? Because with Yuri, when I was doing the Yuri route, when I played Doki Doki Literature Club with Yuri, I played a visual novel with Yuri before we went to the fireworks show. My computer was in my room, on my desk. So why the hell is my computer downstairs all of a sudden? You've got a text, Mark? From Sayori? No, from Yuri. You left your phone in the bathroom. Why in the bathroom? Oh, so that's where it was. Oops. I take the phone. Oh, don't you fucking... I'm going to seriously freak the fuck out if you're going to shut her down again. Hello, Mark. Are you up to much today? Ah, not really. Just having a chill day, to be honest. I imagine it would be quite relaxing. I was curious. There's a... yeah, here... yeah, there it is again. It's fucking... she's gathering the courage to say this. Whatever it is. There's a pause. I can tell that she's working up the courage to ask me to do something with her. Well, I found another good book that I think you might enjoy, and I was wondering if you'd like to read it with me. I have a spare copy. I don't really know how to reply. I just told her that I was free, so I can't fall back on the classic homework. Why do you even fucking consider that as an... why do you even consider giving an excuse in the fucking first place? Yes, I know it's been difficult with Sayori and stuff, but don't fucking throw Yuri under the bus like that. You absolute... I told you I was gonna fucking freak out, you absolute fucking idiotic... stupid fucking moron! Don't do that to Yuri! Yeah, exactly why? Oh, I forgot to tell you, Mom came home on Friday and she wants to spend time with me. Yeah, feel that awfulness. I feel absolutely awful to type that out. Yuri must suspect that something's amiss. I went from encouraging her to open up to me and spend time with me to suddenly rejecting her advances. My only hope is that she doesn't think it's because I don't like her or anything like that. Oh yeah, she's gonna think that. Okay, well, I'm sorry to bother you then. Hope you have a nice catch up. Thanks, Yuri. Really sorry again. You just seem to catch me at a bad time. She doesn't reply. I slide my phone back into my pocket and run face through my hands. Everything okay? Yeah, that's a good fucking question. I stand up, pulling on my coat. I'm gonna go for a walk, need to clear my head. Mom looks surprised but doesn't press it. Wrap up warm. After settling down on the bench, I cast my eyes on the pond. The gentle cyan hue the pond possesses is pleasant to look at, but although it's soothing for the eyes, it does little for my racing mind. Maybe it's worth talking to Sayori about how to deal with Yuri. Causing tension with Sayori is the last thing I want though, especially as it looks like she's making progress with therapy. Then again, I don't exactly want to lose Yuri as a friend, do I? It would be really awkward and unfortunate if any resentment was bred between the two girls. As my musings carry on, I hear a voice call my name. Oh, this has to be Yuri, hasn't it? Mark? My head jerks up. I immediately recognize the owner of that voice. If this is who I hope it isn't, the following conversation is going to be very awkward. Yeah, there it is! You fucking idiot! You had to go. First of all, you make the most bullshit excuse ever, and then you had to go to the one place where you already happened to run into Yuri before. Oh my god! You fucking idiot! You fucking idiot! I'm so sorry, Yuri, for the incompetence of my character. On behalf of my character, I'm so sorry for you. My fears are confirmed as a familiar set of flowing purple eyes locks... eyes. Flowing purple locks make their way into my view. Hey Yuri. She looks around. Are you by yourself? Yeah, why? The incompetence of this guy! Yeah, as soon as I speak, I realize the error that I've just made. A hint of sadness and doubt flashes on Yuri's face. I thought you were with your mother. Well, I'm screwed. Yes, exactly. Why are you avoiding me? If you don't want to spend time with me, that's all you had to say. It wouldn't surprise me at all, she says. No, Yuri, please, it's not like that. I do like you and I do enjoy our time together. It's just... I run an aggravated hand through my hair. It's so frustrating not being able to tell her the truth, especially when she sees this so differently. Just what, Mark? You can tell me if you'd rather if I left you alone. While I'm trying to figure out what to say, Yuri presses forward. Is it me? No, it's... You told me that I could come to you if I were feeling lonely. Were you just saying that? Were you saying what I wanted to hear? Oh, this is the exact same fucking problem that I ran into in the original game when I said when I had to choose between saying I love you, Sayori, or you're my friend, Sayori. Like, I can't... Back then I was already also going for Yuri, and I was like, I can't tell Sayori I love you just because that's what she wants to hear and don't mean it, you know? It's better to say what she doesn't want to hear but mean it, rather than saying something she wants to hear but don't mean it, because that's just worse, you know? But no, Yuri, I wasn't saying that just because you wanted to hear that. I truly meant that. No, Yuri, I meant that. I still do. It's just... It's complicated, Yuri, and... I can't really tell you. That sounded absolutely pathetic. Yuri doesn't look impressed nor convinced. I'm sorry for bothering you, Mark. I truly am. It's probably for the best that I leave you to it then. As frustration floods through my body, she turns around to leave. Just what the hell am I even meant to do anymore? Hi, Sayori. I kind of need to fucking run after Yuri right now, because I do need to fucking tell her something, at least. Like, oh yeah, what the fuck? Well, first of all, I wouldn't have gotten myself in this situation if this was me, as in, you know, because I think I made it pretty clear what choices I would have made if there were any choices. But, like, even if I managed to get myself in this situation, say something to Yuri. Even if you don't specifically say that Sayori has depression, you can say something, you know? Or, and even if you, like, of course you could, it's so fucking frustrating because you want to tell her the truth. You want to tell her, the reason why this is difficult for me is because I don't want to mess up Sayori, because I don't know how she will react, and I haven't talked to her about it just yet, and she isn't at that stage with her dealing with depression just yet. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the reason why my character is having so much trouble spending time with Yuri. You know? You want to say, I want to say that. I want to say to her that, I want to tell her that. So Yuri is having a severe depression, and if I hang out with you, even though she knows that it's just friendly, her depression is telling her that it's more than that, and her depression is making things worse. So therefore, I'm kind of reluctant to hang out with you. That's what you want to say, but you can't, because Sayori doesn't want anyone else to know just yet. So you're like, okay, fuck, I can't tell her the truth. So what am I gonna have to tell? I can't tell her the whole of the truth, but I can tell her, like, the truth, as in, like, partially, you know? Like, it's not lying, it's just, like, deliberately letting out some stuff. But just saying, I can't tell you, yeah, that, of course she's gonna be suspicious, or, like, feel like it's her fault nonetheless, and all that type of stuff, you know? So, yeah, you know, like, you could say, like, I don't know. But even if you would say it, like, even Sayori doesn't want people to know, of course, but even if you would say, like ignore, it's not really ignoring, it's kind of like you have to tell what Sayori is going through. But even though you're going against what Sayori's wishes, I think that's a better way to phrase it. If you go against Sayori's wishes and actually tell Yuri what's up, against what Sayori wants, because Sayori doesn't want anyone to know, Yuri is not the type of person to tell Sayori that. Yuri is not the type of person to call Sayori, hey, Mark just told me you're depressed, can we have... Yuri is not the type of person to do that. Natsuki is the type of person to do that. Maybe Monika with the best intentions, but Yuri is not the type of person to do that. I know that for sure. I know that 100% sure. Yuri is not the type of person to do that. Yuri is not the type of person to tell that. And Monika not either, because, Monika gave that Valentine's Day suggestion and she's like, oh, don't worry, I won't tell Sayori. Like, Natsuki, that's the person I'm worried about if I had to tell it to anyone, I'm not, like, Yuri is not the person to tell that I gave her information that she wasn't allowed to know just yet. Because I trust that Yuri knows that she has to keep that in front of herself. So, if you would go against Sayori's wish and tell Yuri that, Yuri wouldn't treat Sayori differently. Because I know that Yuri won't do that. Because she isn't the type of person to do that. She won't call up Sayori like, hey, Mark told me you're depressed. I hope you're okay. You can talk to me at any time. I'm facing something similar to you or whatever, Like, Yuri is not the type of person to do that. So you could tell her the truth again. Like, it's of course not truly right, because Sayori really appreciates it if you couldn't tell anyone. If you didn't tell it to anyone, So it's like, but if you were to tell it to anyone, Yuri, because she isn't the person to spread the word. She's the last person to spread the word, as a matter of fact. So, but if you are going to stick with what Sayori said and don't tell anyone, you could still tell more. You could still tell Yuri more than just say, "I can't tell you." Like, you could tell Yuri that he told Monika there are problems with Sayori, but it's alright. Like, we're working on it. That's what you told Monika. So you could tell the same to Yuri, and then you could imply like. Yuri is smart, right? Yuri is smart. Yuri dropped all those hints that her parents were dead that my guy didn't pick up on, but I did. Yuri is the type of person to pick up on that. So you could tell her, Sayori has some problems to face herself, and or whatever. I don't know how to say it properly. Of course, if you were to tell Yuri that, you would have to think about it properly. And not just come up with it on the spot, but, you could say, like, oh, Sayori has her own set of problems. Or, like, Sayori has some problems that are very severe. And I do not want to make them worse. And there is a possibility that me hanging out with you can make them worse or something. And you could, like something along those lines, perhaps. And then, like, with your voice and the way you look, Yuri... A person like Yuri will pick up on what you're saying. You're not saying that she has depression, but Yuri will pick up on it. And because the way you're not telling her directly, she will know he is not allowed to tell me this. Or he's not allowed to tell me exactly, Like, I didn't say it, but she interprets it, So you didn't say it, she just interprets it. And because she has to interpret it, and she will interpret it and pick up on it, she immediately knows, aha, Sayori doesn't want him to tell other people that just yet, so she can, like, Yuri is the type of person to pick up on that stuff. But yeah, fucking hell. And then, going to the one place that you already ran into Yuri before, like, yeah, that's the best fucking way to go. And of course, like, Yuri, she of course thinks that's what got me the most, like, one of the most, during the whole Yuri route, where she thought that she is like the absolute worst person in the world, where she thought that she was like a monster or a, like, just not a fun person to be around. This just confirms it in her mind. So I'm not doing anyone a favor. Anyway, Sayori wants to talk, so that also doesn't sound too great. Okay, don't worry, you haven't done anything wrong. Are you sure about that, Sayori? Just finished the therapy session and I needed some time to think about it. Wanted to get your thoughts as well, if that's okay. Sure thing. Can we meet at yours? Sounds good, just give me 15 minutes to get home. Okay, see you then. I'm praying that she has some positive... Yeah, I'm not sure I can stand any more strife today. There's a note on the table from Mom. She's gone out to get some groceries. Well, at least this affords Sayori and I some privacy. I hear a knock on the door. I let Sayori in and we both take a seat. Hey Sayori, how'd your session go today? It was pretty helpful. The sessions on the whole have been much more helpful than I thought they could be. Oh? Yeah, recently Dr. Satoshi has been helping me put things into perspective. I'm starting to realize that, well, maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. He helped me see the progress that I've made so far. Like coming to therapy? That's part of it. Coming to the sessions in the first place was a really big step. Something I wouldn't have been able to do last year. For the past few sessions, he's been challenging the depressive thinking that I had, and helping me to see the reality of things. That it's okay to ask for help. And thanks to the antidepressants, I'm able to see things a little more clearly. It's not exactly easy, and sometimes I get frustrated at how slow the progress is, but he reminded me that we are making progress, slow but steady, he says. And he praised me for having the courage to come to the sessions alone. Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that. You're doing really well. She smiles tentatively. And it's something I'm slowly coming to terms with. Obviously, we're not rainbows and butterflies just yet, but I'm not having nightmares as often. And my general mood these days is much better than it was before we started hanging out again. The powerful feeling of relief coursing through my body feels rewarding beyond belief. Yeah, well, at least this is some fucking good news. Just when I was thinking everything was so bleak, and we weren't getting anywhere. Anyway, so he suggested that I tell the others about my depression. Oh, so that's the thing you wanted my input on. Yeah, but I don't know if I should tell them. Why not? Well, I'm kind of worried that it might change how the club feels. I don't want any special treatment or anything. Yeah, well, Yuri ran into that same problem, yeah. And there's no telling how they might react. On the other hand, having to act cheery all the time around them is so exhausting. And if you tell them, you won't have to hide anything anymore. And that would make life a lot easier, being able to come to school and not to worry about accidentally letting the mask slip. Yeah, I can see there's a lot to think about and consider. For what it's worth though, I don't think it'll change the atmosphere of the club, to be honest. They're our friends, Sayori. And yeah, they might be a little unsure of how to react, but I didn't know how to react when you told me. But we're still friends, right? Yeah, that's true, I didn't think of that. I think it'd be a good idea to... With two O's? I think it'd be a good idea too. But I'm not going to talk you into anything. It's entirely your decision to make, and I'll respect whatever you pick. Yeah, it's supposed to be two with two O's, but okay. Okay, thanks Mark. I'll think about it tonight and see how I feel tomorrow. Sounds good. She notices the games console lying on the floor and the controller by the sofa. Hey, hang on, were you playing without me? Guilty as charged, sorry, I was bored. She heads towards the television and powers up the console. Oh, okay, so that's what it was a console, not a computer. Hope you haven't got too far. That was my save file, meanie. Play it and find out. The door opens and Mom trails in, carrying a bunch of bags. My goodness, Sayori! It's been so long. It's been so long since the last I've seen my son, which was true. As I ponder the sadness of your mother, or something along those lines. I know we spoke on the phone, but actually seeing you in person is a whole other story. It's really nice to see you too. They share a hug. Some people might find that weird, but to me it's perfectly normal. How the hell would some people find that weird? Mom always loved having Sayori over when we were kids. She was almost like a daughter to her. Mark told me about the club that you invited him to. That's the correct two. He says your poems are amazing. so you have to show me sometime. Well, they're not that good. I bet they're wonderful, Sayori. Anyway, I'll be fixing lunch for us, so please give me a shout if you need anything. Oh, it's okay, you don't need to make me food. Don't be silly, dear, it's my treat, don't you worry. You objecting free food? What have you done to the Sayori I know? Sayori opens her mouth to protest, but upon realizing that she can't win this war on two fronts, she closes it and pouts. Very funny. Okay, I'm glad that there's some good news there, but oh fucking hell, holy fucking shit. I couldn't have, my character couldn't have screwed it up any worse with Yuri. And I'm seriously scared about the situation on her arms that is going to happen tonight. Because no way in hell that she is not going to think it's her fault. Or that I think that she's a freak. That she thinks that I think that she's a freak. Which she isn't, of course, but that's how that's definitely the conclusion she's gonna come to. Okay, well, I'll end off the episode here. Hope you always enjoy. And I hope you always enjoy. There's a lot of rage these episodes and teary eyes. I don't know if you noticed, but I got teary eyes with the Yuri part. There we go. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rage, I guess. Click the like button, subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Avete.